Okay! Welcome to the Screenplay Podcast, everybody. How's it going?
It's going good.
I'm tired.
All right! Love the energy. It's good. We're vibing. We're coming back. This isn't episode 2, but it feels like episode 2 for some reason. It feels like...
It's not episode 2?
Isn't it? Oh, I guess it's of a new season, huh? That's probably why.
Yeah.
It feels
It's
like episode 2.
Yeah, the way it's going to be is everything's going to be starting at episode 1 again because it's a new season. So
Yeah.
this would be episode... Well, I mean, who knows in what order I'm going to release them.
Yeah, okay,
Especially
that's
with
true.
these. Continuity is for losers.
Yeah, well, then we've kind of ruined it. This kind of has to be episode 2 now. I think, don't you do it. Tyler! That must have been so loud. Your ass was on it, dude.
Oh, was that not a mouth sound?
No, that was a butt sound.
He got up and I was like, what's
Some
he
call
doing?
it the mouth of the behind.
What? Nothing goes in there. Well... Anyway.
Off to a great start.
How we doing? Let's take inventory. You're tired, but you're well. How are things in your life, Taylor?
Things are good. Yeah, been working a lot. I'm tired too. Yeah.
Anything yummy?
Ruby and I had our 1-year anniversary recently, which has been nice.
My God.
Yeah, things are just
I love
good.
her. Did you know that?
I'd love to have you guys like meet her at some point.
I know, like it's like, and we still haven't been introduced.
Yeah, I know. It's very bizarre.
Well, she goes to a different school, Ty.
All right, fair enough.
She lives in Canada, so you guys can't meet her.
I've missed the last few football games too, so
it's weird. She always gets sick when we're on Discord, so it's a real bummer.
No, but she's totally real.
She's definitely real, and she's like a supermodel. And
you are very good at Photoshop, so like, you know.
Just clearly like, I got the hover hand going on, and then like a JPEG's like crudely cropped photo of somebody.
Somebody.
Here I am in Cancun, and like I'm in a bathing suit, and she's clearly like in t-shirts and shorts. Here I am.
She doesn't like going in the water.
Yeah.
Here we are skiing, and then the same photo of her in t-shirt and shorts.
Yes, precisely. Yeah. There's constantly...
She runs hot.
Yeah, exactly.
Here we are skydiving, and then she's still in the same pose in the exact same t-shirt and shorts.
Except the sunlight, see, this is why she's special, comes from a completely different angle on her.
I added a lens flare, so you know it's legit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, good. I'm glad to hear Ruby is doing fine.
How have you guys been? Did you just moved?
Yeah,
that's part of why I can't find any of my stuff.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. Closer to my neck of the woods.
Yep.
Yeah, actually.
All right.
We're in Sherman Oaks now.
Okay. I wasn't gonna.
Oh, you're not getting an address. Sherman Oaks is a big place.
I mean, a crazy person can hang out at, any given grocery store in Sherman Oaks waiting for you guys.
And I like making friends.
Tyler.
That'd be fine.
Tyler, sure.
Taylor, how does it feel to be like one of the last 2 people that we're friends with from our friend group still at?
It's weird. Because it feels like
flies.
It feels like everybody was there when the pandemic hit, and now they're just not going to come back.
Yeah. Thankfully, in not the serious COVID way, but
oh yeah, I guess there's worse ways that people could not come back to work.
For outside context, we all I don't remember if I said the name of the company. I'll bleep it if I did.
You did just a second ago.
Okay, then I'll go back and I'll bleep it. I'm not going to cut out this part about me explaining that I'm going to go back and bleep it, though. I want you guys to know that.
That's good podcasting. I mean, you can't...
So you'll hear a bleep, and then few moments later, you'll hear me explaining that I'm going to go back and add a bleep.
Yeah.
But anyway,
And
for
then we'll play that part
context, myself, Screenplay Zone, Freddie, Brian, Taylor, and then two of our other friends, Wyatt, but not Screenplay Wyatt, and Jeremy, all worked at the same post-production company.
And it was a shithole.
Well, I don't want to say that. Taylor still works there.
I mean, you're not like 100% off. They've been, for some reason, very nice to me, and I'm like, I don't know what I did to get like nice treatment. It'd be like
But
if you
yeah.
walked into a McDonald's and they were very kind to you and took your order, and then the next day they were like, "Get out of here! You don't you ever come back!"
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm glad I didn't come in 2 minutes later.
Leaving the McDonald's.
And I'm in there like
your entire friend group is slowly converting to Wendy's.
But I'm like, this place, they, for whatever reason, they take extra time on my cheeseburger and they make sure that the pickles are on just right. They call me by my name and they pat me on the back when I leave. Like,
Meanwhile, they've McFlurried Tyler upside the head.
Yeah, over and over again,
times.
And then blamed me for being in the wrong place when the McFlurry was swung.
Get out of here, you McFuck!
Why can't it be more like Taylor over here? And I'm just like, but what does that mean, though?
No, you're turned around this whole time. You're like looking out the window, enjoying your perfect cheeseburger.
There's like a hummingbird on the other side of the glass, fluttering, watching you eat your burger, but he's not like pestering you. He just wants to hang out.
And then Tyler comes over dripping with McFlurry, and he's like, "I hate it here." And you're like, "Why?"
The world is full of magic.
I got my McFlurry just fine. I don't know what the problem is.
It's Oreo. It's delicious.
Silly, you're supposed to drink it.
Anyway, go ahead, rant.
No, I don't need to rant. I'm over it. I'm in a better place now. Heaven.
No, bad tie. Not on this podcast.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
I'm dead. That I shot myself.
Oh, I thought that was like hell yeah explosion, not a shot myself in the head explosion.
Yeah, it's because I said I'm in a better place now. Heaven, and then.
Oh, I thought you meant you loved it, and then like awesome explosion, jumping in front of it, fist race.
I'll go back and add.
See, this is why you're looking.
I'll go back and I'll add an editor's note where I say like this is a joke about me shooting myself. I apologize for being insensitive.
And then just cut straight to me being like, "Well, I'm glad to hear it."
Yeah. But then I'm not gonna cut out this bit about me explaining how I'm gonna go back in and add that editor's note.
Like I said before, for the last exact same bit, it's just good podcasting.
Yeah. No, you know that the rule of thirds dictates that somewhere later on in the episode, I'm gonna have to do it again.
Oh, really?
But I'm not gonna go back and I'm gonna edit out the bit of me explaining that I'm gonna have to go do that bit again just for the rule of thirds. I'm gonna leave it in.
Moving on, I've got some games today.
She was so mad.
If either of you are interested at all.
Well, I mean, we kind of have to be.
I say games. I really have game and then segment. So it depends on which ones you guys want to play first. One of them
You're leading the ship here, man.
Yeah, but I'm a people pleaser, so please do whatever you want.
Crash us into whichever iceberg you think is best.
Well, we have a segment that you guys have done before, which is "Am I the Asshole?" which is not exactly.
It's a good one to close on, I think.
Closing? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then we're going to start with a game called Phobia. Are you guys ready for this?
I think so.
Okay. It's a really fun game that I made up a short while ago, and I need some time to Google really quick. Give me a second. I did make it up. I'm Googling, but only because I need a reference. Okay. I'm going to give you a phobia, both of you.
Okay.
You're going to have to tell me what it means.
Oh, okay.
You can get points two ways. One way, correctly guessing the definition of the phobia. Or two, being funny and making me laugh and enjoy the phobia. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Shall we begin?
Mm-hmm.
Catoptrophobia.
Cat
Can you say that
top
one more time?
Catoptrophobia.
top trophobia.
Sounds like catastrophe a little bit.
Catoptrophobia.
Are we working together or are we?
You can if you want to,
All right.
or you can pit each other.
Catoptrophobia.
Hmm.
So it's not going to ever really be what the obvious answer would be.
In some cases, it actually is.
Oh, okay.
But I wouldn't. Correct. You should not use that as a rule
Catoptrophobia.
because it has a lot to do with Latin. So a lot of
That's what I'm trying to mine right now. My
Yeah, Latin
surface
is
level understanding of Latin roots. Not like not that I'm good at salsa dancing, like language. Catoptrophobia.
Catoptrophobia. All right, Taylor. What's
fear of the
catoptrophobia?
Pope
Okay.
because
Alright.
CAT, C.A.T, short for Catholic, and who's at the top?
Yeah. The Pope.
The Pope, baby.
You.
It's Pope time.
Tyler, do you even want to try?
Yeah, it's a phobia of calthrops. Those little spiky things that look like jacks. Are you
step
serious? I'm changing it. Catoptrophobia is the medical condition you're going to be in because you didn't mute your cell phone on the podcast we're recording. I gave Kit catoptrophobia because I beat her with a cat on the top of her body.
You're both
Oh.
wrong. It's a fear of mirrors.
Whoa.
Mirrors?
What? Mirrors?
Mirrors.
How?
It's a fear of mirrors. They can be quite scary.
It's a fearers, one would say.
They can be scary. You know, you might be afraid of yourself.
Oh no, I understand why you might be afraid of mirrors because pocket dimension, weird shit like that. I just don't understand. I don't understand where the catoptroph.
Don't ask me.
But you're literally the one who's supposed to know.
No,
I'm
I
interested
just
in
have to
knowing
fears.
the Latin roots.
Yeah.
Well, get fucked because I don't have them.
I'm gonna add a little salsa sound effect every time one of us says Latin roots.
All right. Here I'm gonna give you guys another one. Elurophobia. Elurophobia. What is?
Could you spell it?
Yeah. ELURO phobia.
ELU
RO.
RO.
Phobia.
Elurophobia. Elurophobia. It's a fear of the DC, or is it DC Elastic Man? DC character Elastic Man. Because he's all stretchy and weird, and you don't know where he can go. And what happens to his? Can he make his penor all big? Can he bend it around and put it in his own butt?
He can't make it bigger. He can only make it smaller.
Definitely, you can do both of those things. And what would that feel like if you're having intercourse with him, and he's in there and he just decides to inflate, and then you're just like, whoa, and then he makes it go away, and you're like, what? And then he makes it big, and you're like, whoa, but he doesn't have to actually do anything. It's freaky, man.
That would be the least sexy thing of all time if he was standing there completely still, but his wiener was just
just standing there in the superhero pose, with his elbows bent and his fists on his, fists on his hips, yeah,
like a balloon being filled up from the canister.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I have no idea.
All right.
Elurophobia. The fear of fishing video games. E for electronic, and lure for, well, I guess it's specifically bass fishing.
Or fly fishing.
If you're diving into that deep well of trout fishing games, then you're fine.
There are more than you think, Taylor.
There's too many.
More than you think. There's way too many fishing games. That's one where just like hunting games even I understand. Because you're exploring fascinating environments and it's action packed because sometimes you get beset by a cougar or something. But a fishing game? Fishing is already one of the most boring things you can do. and taking the actual being outside part out of it, like that,
Fuck you. I love fishing.
it doesn't mean it's not
Games?
boring.
It does mean it's not boring. I don't think it's boring. I think
Would
fishing
you
is
hang out
exciting.
for a? Would you be like, finally, an afternoon to myself? Time to load up my PlayStation 5 and get going on. Boy, what's that? Who's the Bass Pro Shops 2021
Yeah, it's like
experience?
the yeah.
I gotta beat my high score of 7 pounds.
I mean,
What
to
a
be
weak
honest,
fish! What a weak bass!
if you love fishing in Animal Crossing, you know.
See, like fishing as a mini game in larger video games is all right. It's like
Minecraft fishing, very fun.
it's fine.
Very
It's
fun.
kind of
These are
like
kids.
if
Very
you went
fun.
to an
It's a
amusement
mechanic.
park
Very
and the
fun.
only thing there was the ring toss.
Or like the merry-go-round, or like the scrambler. You know,
I love the scrambler.
I know, but you
Or
pay to
just
go to an amusement
characters.
park, and it's the only The only thing there is a scrambler.
I would get on it and get off it extremely happy.
Yeah, but then what else would you do?
Scramble again. I'd scramble so hard, die. You have no idea what kind of scrambling I'd get up to.
Oh God,
It's a fear of cats.
cats?
Yeah.
Like the movie?
Allurophobia.
I'm afraid of
Oh,
that movie too.
Well. Yeah. That is quite frightening.
We were
fear.
discussing the butthole cut earlier.
Oh,
It's like with the success of the Snyder cut, there's hope out there that we can someday see the butthole cut. Do you know what I'm talking about, Kit?
do you guys think
I
it's
know what the
real?
Snyder cut is.
So I actually do, but it's not real in the way that people think it's real.
Mm.
So there were never actual animated buttholes,
Right.
but the like CGI that they did caused weird genitalia esque. I don't want to say growths.
In what?
Cats.
Oh.
Have you ever seen like when in 3D animation when the UV wrap kind of meets at a weird point?
Exactly.
Yep.
That's what it was, and it just happened to meet in creases that looked like vaginas and buttholes. So they hired a bunch of extra effects artists to go in and remove all of those seams and creases.
Thus
And also,
fixing
like,
all the problems in cats.
thus, yes.
Seems increases.
But that's the
name of
thing
it.
that exists. There's a cut of cats out there somewhere, with things
Seems increases.
with things that look like cat vaginas and cat butts.
Would you guys watch the first cut
Born
of Cats?
Absolutely.
Tyler.
The first cut before they did any CGI, just all the actors on green screens with
Are you
like
kidding me?
mocap suits on.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
I was I currently own the Cats Blu-ray, and I got to watch all of the behind the scenes, and they do show some of the mocap footage, and all it made me want was to see the entire film like that.
I'm sure.
They-
And do they have like giant props? You know,
Yeah, they gave them like
cat-sized?
because they built the. What's weird is they built all those sets. All those sets are practical.
Yeah,
Wait,
that much I
wait,
knew.
wait,
They
when
wanted
they're,
it
like,
to
the bed.
see. That's the thing.
Yeah,
It's
they built
like,
a giant bed and giant
Oh.
forks.
it's a train wreck of a movie, but a lot of heart went into a good portion of it, and that's why I like. You know what I mean? Like I can still find joy in watching it as long as the circumstances are absolutely perfect for that. Like,
It's really
I need
a
to be
bummer
surrounded by you. Yeah.
to like go and like because like if you watch all the behind the scenes stuff and you see like everybody on set just like super jazzed and like the people there like building the sets and like it looked like it was gonna be a really good movie if you were on set.
Mm-hmm.
And then to see how the CGI turned out.
Yeah, that's got to be rough.
Think of how much
Because
money
like
they
they
could have
did everything
saved
that. Yeah.
if they just did costumes.
Yeah, like the theater show has been doing for 180,000 years.
I would
Yeah.
love because they sort of had costumes. Like that lady had a big coat. You know,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would have loved to see more coats.
yeah, or just completely lean into it, make it R-rated, and make it all gross
Naked!
and gross and sexy.
Finnegan, now is not the time. You do not podcast. Get out of
I
here.
mean, I know we're talking about cats, bro, but you gotta get out of here.
I've got elurophobia just because of you, bro. I caught him squatting in my hamper, and I was curious, so I picked him up, and a stream of pee pee went all over the carpet. I was like, no!
Oh yeah.
No! And then he pee peed on the carpet for an awfully long time before I could clean it up and transport him.
We don't know why they're doing it.
Oh
He's a
no.
nightmare. And then he stole your spring.
That's okay.
They're still pretty young, right?
I picked up something better. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
still less than a year. They're only like 6 months.
Damn.
Yep, they're still tiny. They're like half the size of like Lambo and Boo, though,
Mhm.
like of regular cats.
Are you guys gonna be those people that put them on leashes and walk around the neighborhood?
Yeah, eventually.
Well, we do have leashes for them, but probably not. All right, guys, phobophobia.
Alright.
Phobophobia?
Correct.
It's a fear of phobias.
Yeah.
Well done.
Wait, is that it?
Yeah, he nailed
Moving
it.
on.
Okay.
Pyrophobia.
Fear of papyrus. That weird starchy paper that Egyptians used.
Taylor?
Or, no, actually, it's a fear of the Windows font papyrus.
Oh.
Second only to Comic Sans.
Because, like, who uses that? Why would you not just write your note?
James Cameron uses that
Papyrus?
for Avatar.
Oh my god, it is.
Oh,
it
he
is.
did do that, huh?
It is. I remember this SNL bit now too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taylor.
Um, fear of people your age? Peers?
It could be papyrophobia.
So
you're
it
a
is
pirate?
a fear of papyrus.
Pirates? Did you say?
Yeah.
It's paper. It's a fear of paper.
So I
Okay.
was right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like sort of unironically.
I wonder what
Papyrus
happens.
is paper.
Yeah, you win. Fine.
Kiss my ass.
Well, maybe later.
It's fancy
No.
paper.
It's-
Artisan paper.
Deconstructed paper.
All right.
As
Isn't that
opposed to
just trees?
construction paper.
Well, there you go.
Wouldn't deconstructed paper just be trees?
Depends on like. 'Cause
If we're
you
going
can
by
construct
Minecraft logic.
Oh my god.
Well, by Minecraft logic, wouldn't it be planks?
Don't planks-
Selenophobia.
Fear of Celine Dion
Selenophobia?
standees.
Standees specifically?
Yeah, like cardboard cutouts.
Okay.
Because they're
Okay.
like kind of realistic. They're realistic enough that you can see one and go, huh.
Why wouldn't you say like a wax figure? Those are way creepier.
No, but you can like.
Nope. Taylor?
Fear
You didn't even give me a
of
chance.
fear of Disney original sitcoms.
Cause Wizards of Waverly Place?
Yes.
God, no. It's a fear of the moon. Ow.
Why
The
would that not be
moon?
lunophobia?
Yeah, selenophobia.
But why would that not be lunophobia?
I don't know. Ask these fucking guys.
All right. Hey, guys.
Who are
Why
these
is,
fucking
why
guys?
is it not lunophobia?
Okay, that's the end of that game because I'm bored with it.
Yeah, me too. I wasn't. That didn't go so well.
It didn't go so well. I wanted it to be punchier, but that's okay.
Do you want to do Taylor? I had an idea for a game that I wanted to play on this show called Celebrity Fights,
Oh.
where we
Sure.
pick two celebrities or famous people and debate who would win in a fist fight. I
ahead,
got
Taylor.
one.
Oh.
Bradley Cooper.
Who?
Bradley Cooper.
Who? But like.
All right, this one's for Taylor then. Bradley Cooper from A Star Is Born.
Wait, is he the
He is.
raccoon?
Yeah,
Oh, I know him.
he plays
Okay.
Rocket Raccoon.
Yes.
Yes, among many other things.
Okay, great. No, I got it.
Anyway, Bradley Cooper from A Star Is Born versus Bradley Cooper pre the Limitless drug in Limitless.
Well, let me just say that he's way too horny to win if he's from A Star Is Born.
He's pretty horny in both.
Oh, well, I don't know the
Pre-
other.
Pre-pill. Huh?
Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
or like without the pill, I guess.
Pre-pill, Limitless versus. Was this is this pre or post Gaga?
I think he
Pre-
can call in Gaga as one of his special moves.
I think it's right before he hangs himself with a belt.
Right before, huh?
Yeah,
Like on the ladder?
because yeah, he's like right about to jump off the ladder, and he gets
Because
bamfed out of that existence into our weird fight dimension.
all Limitless, even pre-pill, all he's got to do is give him a little shove.
No, yeah, I think they get like boomfed out of their respective like timeline or whatever, and like bamfed into like a neutral area to do battle.
Does the rope come with Star is Born, Bradley?
No, but it was his belt, so like
Okay, but the belt comes with
if
him,
we go, yeah, so the belt probably comes with because we'll say it was
and
still on it. He didn't.
it's already unsheathed, ready for whipping.
Yes, or strangling.
And you ever get
This is grim.
he's for sure got a bigger belt buckle than
Mm-hmm. And he's more experienced. He's older. He's more experienced.
he's fought with
He's
belts
not a
before.
burnout. He's not like a burnout. You know that guy's definitely been in bar fights.
And
He's horny.
Star is Born Bradley probably
I think you're
drunk,
horny
No,
for him.
no, not after
giving
Kevin's
him.
bits.
If you're drunk, you don't feel pain as much.
True.
He can go
Oh.
longer.
Mm-hmm.
And Limitless guy doesn't even have Limitless pill yet.
No, he's just a burnout like artist.
He's just a guy.
Yeah.
Nothing. I give it
So
to
yeah, I think this goes.
I give it to drunk Star is Born Bradley, given that his belt is already unsheathed. He's got his cowboy belt buckle, and he's ready to party.
Yeah. I think that's the way it goes.
I have one.
That one was a little grim.
Okay, go Taylor.
Who do you guys think would win in a battle royale situation of all of the third wave ska bands?
Okay, let's list them. Let's list them.
I'll sit this one
You
out.
got Operation Ivy, Less Than Jake,
Yeah.
Scatoon.
No, he's
I know,
like
I'm
fifth
kidding.
wave.
he's
Mighty Mighty Boss Tones.
there you go.
No, they're not. Are they third wave?
I feel like they are.
They're from like the early '80s though.
I always associate them with third wave. I am going to Spotify.
They're going to Spotify, folks. They're clickety clack.
Third wave ska. Any second now.
Yeah, they are. So yeah, like Fishbone, No Doubt, the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, Streetlight Manifesto,
Ooh,
Sublime, I guess, kinda. Real Big Fish, Mustard Plug, Less Than Jake. I think I said.
you got the Aquabats,
Oh, the Aquabats,
who are
like
already
right?
superheroes.
Yeah, so like I think they win, right? Nah.
Oh boy,
So it's because
Rancid.
my Rancid. So I might be a little biased, but the Bosstones are from Boston,
No.
and they're all Irish, angry Boston kids who grew up playing punk shows before they reorganized into a ska outfit.
Before somebody got a trumpet.
You said
So,
that
like-
you said that in such like a they used to be good boys until
Someone got a trumpet.
until someone got a trumpet and ruined.
Well, as soon as you get a trumpet, it's all over. That's a gateway instrument, dude.
I think we need to pick like a big. I think we need to pick like a big 4 or 5 because there's way too many like notable bands here.
All right, so who wins it? All right,
Well,
hold on,
I
so
think you gotta
I'll
have
do-
you gotta have the Bosstones. You gotta have Real Big Fish.
If you said the Aquabats are superheroes, I have a hard time believing any other band.
They're not really superheroes. Sorry to break them.
Well, they're a band.
Yeah, but sorry to break the magic. But they're not really superheroes. So yeah, Real Big Fish, Mighty Mighty Bosstones, Less Than Jake, the Aquabats. Like I want to like the big, most famous ones. You know,
I'll add No Doubt.
No Doubt.
Oh,
Rancid?
I call them punk.
Yeah, I kind of do too.
They play some third wave ska songs because they liked that music when they were getting popular, but they're more just punk.
All right,
Um,
so we got
I Go ahead.
We have battle royale situation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bands enter. 1 band leaves. You got Less Than
I think
Jake, Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, The Aquabats, Real Big Fish, Goldfinger, No Doubt, Streetlight Manifesto, and Sublime.
Oh, Streetlight Manifesto.
so. As much as I love both of them, I think Less Than Jake and Sublime are probably both out right away.
I feel like
Sublime for
Sublime.
numbers, and because they're high all the time, and Less Than
Yeah,
Jake because they're just a bunch of SoCal stoners.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Do Great Lights count as Real Big Fish? What?
It's real with 2 E's.
Yeah. Still says
like
Big
you're
Fish.
reeling a big fish in.
Yeah. Oops. They
It's
reeled
one of
in
the.
a big Great White shark, and they're just gonna throw it at
Mm,
everybody else.
This
I'm
one
gonna
isn't
take.
fun for me anymore.
I'm getting rid of
That
No
was fun.
Doubt.
Yeah.
They got spider
Ooh,
bolts that they can throw out as traps. You know.
who do you think took out No Doubt? I like to think it was Real Big Fish.
Right before the Bosstones finished them off.
I'll take
Even
that the
the
Bosstones then come right behind them in their little suits and just push Real Big
yeah, and
Fish
just
right
start
over the top.
and just start like just start kick skanking until all of Real Big Fish is dead.
On the
That's
You
other
gotta
end,
ridiculous.
go.
The
the
last
It's time for
Aquabats.
you to leave.
Oh my god.
You worn out your welcome.
I think the Aquabats.
It's time for you to leave.
I'm seeing plaid.
The Aquabats all jump onto Goldfinger and then throw them over the top rope.
Yep, I think.
So
Yeah,
we're
I
down
think.
to 3 corners. Each band is looking at each other. You got Mighty Mighty Boss Tones in one corner, Aquabats in the other, and Streetlight Manifesto has been weirdly quiet this whole round.
I think the Aquabats and the Bosstones do that thing where, like, in the battle royale, all 3 of the combatants, like Triple H, John Cena, and Batista, are standing in the ring, and then they look at each other, and then Batista and Triple H look at each other, and a silent agreement is met, and they gang up on the underdog John Cena.
Yeah,
So I
I
think
do
the
think
Aquabats.
I
Yeah, I
think
think.
they team up on on Streetlight.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say I think the Mighty Mighty Bosstones are John Cena in this scenario
Oh,
because they're like, well, because they're
You
like,
can't see him.
but like he's not ever an underdog, but they treat him like an underdog,
true.
and he's the one that like most of the fans love, but people who don't love them have the strongest opinions on.
Plus, they're in their suits, which are very constricting and not great for exercise movement.
Sure, yeah.
The Aquabats are ready.
So I think they go and they throw like almost everybody from the Bosstones over the top rope, except for like Dickie Barrett. He's like hanging on, and the guy who dances, just the guy who's only there to dance.
He's left
And they're
in.
like doing that. They're doing that thing where they get thrown over, but they hang on, but the other 2 think that it's over. So then the Aquabats turn on Streetlight and try to get a quick one, but it doesn't work out. And then Streetlight and the Aquabats
Blinds him.
yeah, Streetlight and the Aquabats start like slowly whittling away at one another. This is a metaphor that is so boring to people who don't care about ska or professional wrestling.
Hello.
We
It's-
picked a scenario that requires a knowledge of third wave ska bands and professional wrestling, 2 of the most polarizing things in
People
all of
who
entertainment.
love both of those things have an 80% chance of smelling like mozzarella sticks.
It's true. I love mozzarella sticks.
I'm wearing graphic T-shirts.
Oh man.
Everybody
Man.
in there has at least one photo of them in middle school wearing one that says like, "This is what a cool guy looks like,"
Yeah.
or something
Yeah.
adjacent.
Yeah.
One of those. I'm just another superhero. Haha. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
Oh, I
That's
was
what
sorry.
superheroes do.
I
10-minute
was
warning.
trying to listen, but you bored me to death. Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think the after the Aquabats and Streetlight do battle, two of the Aquabats are left. All
All
of
right.
Streetlight is gone, and it's two of the Aquabats versus Dickie Barrett and the dancing guy from Mighty Mighty Boss Tones.
I would argue
And
that the Aquabats, they get onto the top. They get onto the top rope, ready to do a dive attack.
mm-hmm.
When Dancing Guy runs over and pushes one of them off, disqualifying him.
Yes, pushes them both. Yeah, pushes like the rope, and so
Yeah,
they do that thing where they fall and they both fall and like like on and hurt their nuts. But one of the
right.
guys falls to the outside, the other guy falls to the inside.
Then the two remaining Boss Tones go walk into the ring and they kind of look at each other, and then the crowd starts going crazy.
Yep.
And then Aqua Batman just starts getting pounded
Mm-hmm. He
back
just
and
kind of gets
forth.
brutalized. They like thrown back and forth until one of the Mighty Mighty Boss Stones, the dancing guy, turns around to gloat and dance, but he does it right next to the ropes. And Dickie Barrett does a I don't remember what it's called, like a
A cauliflower?
Texas whip or something like that, where he
Right,
like does that thing where he grabs him and he like pulls him by the arm and throws him, and the guy runs for some reason.
right.
And he hits dancing guy who tumbles out over the top. And Dickie Barrett's like, "Oh no, what did I do?" And then Aquabat guy gets up and throws Dickie Barrett out of the ring while Dickie Barrett is
Yeah,
distracted.
Ding
I,
ding!
I could see it so vividly.
Right?
Now, does Sublime get to bring Lou Dog?
Oh, I think they might.
Please, come on, 8-minute warning.
7-minute warning. 6.5-minute warning. More like. Oh man, what a great podcast this was! I'm so pleased with how everything about this episode went.
Do you want to squeeze in?
Let's do our best. If we
Okay.
go a little bit over the time, who cares? We make the rules.
All right, well, we're going to squeeze in an Am I the Asshole here really quickly.
All right.
So hold on to your assholes while I pull up the.
All right, grabbing it now.
Ew! Don't! Ew! Don't make a noise. What's wrong with you? Okay, all right. I'm gonna read these titles out to you, and then you guys are gonna pick one. Are you ready?
No.
Yes.
Am I the asshole for telling my friend it's weird as fuck that he got me lingerie as a birthday present?
Oh boy. Continue.
That's option A. Option B. Am I the asshole for telling my male friend that he's shit at sex? That's option B. All right, then we got option C. Am I the asshole for telling my wife I don't care if it's her turn? We're not naming our son Tuesday. That's option C.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
So
See, I want to talk about all of these.
Yeah,
we got
these
Tuesday.
are all good.
We got sex.
How y'all feel about an hour and 15?
It's fine.
Well, actually, because there's gonna be a bunch of stuff that I cut out.
Yeah, there's gonna be a
All
bunch
right.
of stuff.
So let's do all of them.
You really?
Yeah, let's do all
It's
of
not
them.
gonna be in 15.
No.
We're really gonna have to
Start with Tuesday. Let's go.
All right, we're starting with Tuesday. Am I the right? Okay, so everybody remembers how to play. You got to give me your
Yes.
your what's the opinion on this before we continue. Am I the asshole for telling my wife I don't care if it's her turn? We're not naming our son Tuesday.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Stop naming your kids things. They're gonna get them bullied.
Taylor?
Wait, their name, like the name is Tuesday?
The name is Tuesday. Like
I thought he
Jonathan.
meant like, I don't care that it's coming up in a week. Okay.
You're not naming our son on Tuesday?
I thought.
No. The
Okay,
son's
that
name
changes.
would be.
I thought it meant like the dad didn't care what their son's name was. Okay. Because he's like,
Yeah.
it's on. I thought he was just saying, I don't care what his name is. Oh, we're doing it on Tuesday, so I need you guys to reply by that. I thought it was like a weird.
Just shoot me a text to RSVP your son's name.
All right.
Okay,
So,
they're
Taylor,
gonna
now
name
that
the son Tuesday.
the wife wants to, yes.
There's only one situation where that's okay, and that's if they already have 2 kids named Sunday and Monday.
Or Wednesday, perhaps.
They have to keep going.
Yeah,
If
you
you're
can't go. You can't name your first son Monday, and then just because it's a girl, your second child Wednesday, because of the Adams family, and then name your poor third child like he's the middle
Sarah.
child.
This is my daughter Sarah. Oh my god, she's lovely. Look at that hair. And this is Wednesday. Oh, okay, like the Adams family. That's cute.
And
then
here's
this
I
is
Monday.
say
this is
I
Monday.
say
My son.
let the wife name the kid Tuesday, but she has to commit to the bit. 6 more kids, 6 more days.
All right,
Oh,
here we go.
you don't want to do that because it's dumb?
Huh? Funny
Crazy.
you should think that.
You know who else thinks
All right.
that? Everybody.
You're a dumbass. All right, let's get to the rest of this. I need to hear the context.
All right, everybody. My wife and I have been together since we were 14. That's the first sentence.
All right, first red flag.
14. We got married at 21. We had our daughter at 25.
Okay.
God, they're old.
Last year, we were going through some marriage difficulties and decided a break would be in both of our best interests because we both just needed a little time apart after being together for so long.
Yeah.
Since preteen, I can imagine.
Yeah. Congratulations.
It's
You
almost
missed out
half
on
their
your entire
lives.
lives.
Yeah.
That's crazy, right? That's bananas.
Like, if you can make it work, more power to you.
Yeah.
Like, some people are literally just meant for each other.
Yeah,
and
and
I'm
they
happy
grow
for them.
together and
9 times out of 10, that break should have probably happened in college.
So we split, and in this time, my wife felt pretty awful about herself and ended up hooking up with one of her longtime male friends, and she got pregnant. At 6 months pregnant, we reconnected again and got back together. Her friend had absolutely no interest in the baby. He actually begged her to get an abortion, but he also told us that he would not play a role in the baby's life whatsoever. We agreed and planned to raise our son together.
All right, respect for not wanting this kid to grow up like in a weird family dynamic.
Yeah.
I guess.
Right. Anyway, that's the backstory. It's been 2 months since then, and we've been really late on the names, I know. The deal was that I named our first daughter Charlotte. My wife didn't like that
that's
name.
That's a great name.
My wife didn't like that name, but she agreed so long as she got to name the next child. And so came our next child. She came up to me yesterday, told me she was reading a book, and found the perfect name. I asked her what it was, and she said Tuesday. When she first said it, I laughed out loud, and I asked if she was serious.
Oh.
She said yes, she was, and it's her decision. I followed her around the house, told her absolutely no way are we naming our son Tuesday. He'd get so made fun of. My wife said no, he wouldn't. Lots of kids have unique names and aren't bullied. And I told her, like, yeah, unique names aren't days of the week. She wasn't hearing it and pointed out that she hated the name Charlotte and agreed only on the basis that she would get to name the next child.
Listen, asshole.
Hey, we're not there yet. I argued that's a totally different thing. Charlotte is a normal name. Our daughter won't get laughed at because of that. My wife got frustrated, and after arguing off and on for the rest of the day, she finally told me that it wasn't even my kid. I just walked off, and although she came right back and apologized and said she didn't mean it, I was fucking pissed. I'm not talking to her right now, but I'm holding steadfast that we won't name him Tuesday. I don't think I'm an asshole at all. But some ammunition would be helpful when I explain to my wife why exactly it's so ridiculous. So tell me, am I the asshole?
We're working on bullying right now as a society.
Wait, what's the verdict?
Oh, no.
No.
Absolutely not.
He's not an asshole.
No,
Taylor?
absolutely not.
Absolutely not. That's if anything, oh man, the worst part of this is when he said, "I don't want this kid to get bullied." Her saying, "Well, it's not even your kid in the first place." It's like he's going really out of his way for you, lady.
Yeah.
That, like, fuck. There are many levels to why he is not the asshole.
He's
First
a
of which,
really
yeah,
nice person, more than he should
yes. We're working on bullying as a society right now, as a culture. there's a major push to kind of stop it and be more accepting of one another
Right.
in general.
Right.
It's a better time to be a kid, I think, than it really ever kind of was.
Yeah.
That being said, kids are still pieces of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Don't give bullies ammunition. You can so if you met an adult named Tuesday as an adult, you would probably be like, "Oh, that's kind of interesting."
Hi, I'm Tuesday Smith.
Yeah, the last name is really important.
Hi, I'm Tuesday McToodles.
Tuesday,
But, like-
Boosday.
Oh no. Hi, I'm Tuesday Kamataco.
Everyone would for sure call him Taco Tuesday.
But so like that's what I'm saying. So it's like yeah, you can. The only way it is okay, I think, is if they come to an agreement where yes, technically legal first name is Tuesday, middle name is something more common, less bully fodder, so they can make their own decision later in life which one they want to go by.
That'd be reasonable.
But it's also like, yeah, it's your responsibility, I guess, to pick outright what your child's going to be named. But I also find it really weird that our parents get to make a decision that literally has an impact on so much of the rest of our lives.
Mm-hmm.
And we get no say in the matter. I mean, when you're an adult, you can change your name.
But it's expensive.
It's expensive, and you have to go through your entire
court.
You have to go through your entire like school career before you're legally allowed to change your name.
Yeah.
So like by then all the trauma has already happened, and at this point you're like, fuck it, I either own it or you're a lunatic who already murdered your parents.
I was wondering when I read this for the first time, he said that she came back from reading a book and was like, her son's name is Tuesday.
What book?
I just want to know what fucking book.
Book?
Because if it's based off of a character that she really likes, here's what you do, pal. You find those common traits of that character, you find what the core is that she really likes, and then you say, well, you know what? Aragorn was kind of a badass too. Let's name our fucking kid Aragorn or something. You know?
Man.
Taylor, what do you think?
Is the book just like how to ruin your kids? What's weird is that is it just me or does it feel worse that it's a boy being named Tuesday?
It does.
If
It really
something about it
for a girl.
That's the thing too. Yeah, it's.
I never thought of Tuesday as being feminine, but here we are.
I know, but it's sort of like Crystal or Apple or Malibu or like
Tuesday.
You know what I mean? It's like an interesting. But when you hear like guys' names, the craziest you get is like Xander. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
or
and
like
it's
Thor.
like maybe that's a thing. Maybe that's a like a gender norms thing where it's like, we're thinking about a traditionally male person walking around with the name Tuesday, and it doesn't necessarily gel.
But what if you grow up and you fucking hate Tuesdays?
That's the thing.
You know?
And it's like it's not fair. Like, so like Karu is an interesting name, right? That's one of those unique names that she thought she was referring to, right?
Okay, yeah.
But it's also like there needs to be more to it. Like you can get away. Like your child needs to have ammunition, right? So when someone's like fucking Tuesday, all right.
You could be like, well, my mom read Lord of the Rings, and
yeah, you can't be like, my mom read this romance novel, and the male main character who stole her away from her inactive deadbeat husband was named Tuesday, and so that's what she named me. I'm actually the love child of my mom and an ex-boyfriend. My parents split, and I was conceived, so my dad isn't actually technically my biological dad. That is going to get your kid stuffed into a locker that is way too small for a human being.
He's just going to do that. He's going to walk into the locker willingly.
Yes.
Close the door.
But if you're like...
anyway, I get it.
I'm like, or you're named Tuesday and you have this awesome explanation as to why. But no.
That's why I want to know what the book is. Because
my guy is not an asshole. Absolutely not.
Taylor?
Wifey is an asshole. And honestly, you guys should have stayed on a break.
All right, here's what everybody else is saying on the internet. We got everyone sucks here, everyone's shitty here, whatever you want to. This whole thing is a mess. You guys should have agreed on names you both liked with the first kid. The whole situation baffles me, says this person. Other
Yeah.
people are saying, I don't get why one parent choosing the name is so important to people. Why do you have to trade off like that? As other people are saying. This person's saying, you're planning to raise another man's child with your almost ex-wife. Your relationship is evidently on thin ice, and you think the problem is the kid's name? Everyone sucks here.
Yeah. Anyway, this one's depressing me. Let's move on to one of the weird sex ones.
All right. Am I the asshole for telling my male friend that he's shit at sex? Yes or no?
How does this person know?
We'll find that out, won't we?
Yeah, I guess we
Okay.
will.
Um,
I'm gonna go with no. I'm gonna go with no. You're not the asshole.
No? Okay.
Sometimes
I
people
feel
need
like
to
I
hear
need more context.
You have to. You have to. That's the name of the game, dude. You have to
Male
say yes or no off
friend.
the bat.
Male friend
Male.
makes me think that somebody told this person, oh, they
This
are
person's a
terrible.
female.
Like,
so that's
okay,
important.
I have
No,
a feeling that
I don't think she's the asshole.
somebody told her, an ex lover of his, and then like maybe more people told her, and he doesn't realize that he's bad at it. So I would say my
And she's
initial thought,
relaying.
yeah, my initial thought would be no. It's like
Okay.
saying, hey, you got a drinking problem.
All right. So you both have no.
You got a fucking problem.
All right. Here we go. One of my male friends, who I'll call Jack, is a bit of a lad and very good looking. Jack basically thinks that lad points are important. He's always going on about how many girls he's been with and how high his body count is. I lived with him in a house share for a while. Whenever he brought a girl home, he'd make sure to parade her around by introducing her, spend 15 to 20 minutes in his room having sex, and then come out and strut around either naked or in his boxers. Yes, he really would. So it says this block of text that I'm reading. I remember saying a few times, why are you out here? You have a beautiful girl in your room. You're not in there with her? This behavior was pretty common for him, and even though he was an almighty douche, we were still friends. Anyway, after about 8 months of living together, and after a drunken night, me and Jack ended up in bed together. Honestly, it was terrible. And having slept with him, I realized something. Jack had a big dick, which I knew because of his strutting around. But he thought that having a big dick automatically meant that he was good at sex. Like, it just immediately made him amazing in bed. Or so he thought. Our sex was shit. Like, hands down, the worst sex I've ever had. No foreplay. The lights and the TV were on. He unceremoniously shoved himself into me. The whole thing was basically a race for him to get inside me as quickly as possible. Maybe 10 minutes of uncomfortable jackhammering, and then he was done. The next morning, I was really sore because one, I was not wet. Two, his dick was big.
Ugh.
But because I was sore, he took that as him doing a bang up job. Anyway, that experience was a few years ago. I've been married since then, and even after all this time, Jack is still the same lad he was and still fucks girls like they're lined up on a conveyor belt. Recently, my husband and I hosted a barbecue in our garden, as gatherings are now allowed. Jack came over as he's in our mutuals group. Of course, after a while, Jack starts going on about the girls he's been with, and he brought another girl to the party and told people that he had sex with her. That's how he introduced her. It's then that he turns to me and asks if I can prove to the lads how fire he is at sex. Slightly embarrassed, but also angry that he even brought me up, I straight up told them he was shit. Basically, the worst sex I ever had. I then went on to say what happened and that he only has sex just to say that he's had sex. It wasn't fun, pleasurable, or enjoyable, and for the record, I didn't come. Amazingly enough, the other two girls who were at the party backed me up, saying that their nights with him were exactly the same as I described it. Jack got defensive, Jack got angry, and he wouldn't drop it, but eventually he left, absolutely fuming. My husband, who knows I have slept with him years before, said that I was insensitive, especially as it seems that Jack relies heavily on the lad slash sex god persona that he's created. I don't think so, but it was about time Jack was called out for being shit in bed and maybe use this time to learn how to actually have sex. All the boys in the group think I'm an ass, but me and the girls disagree. Am I the asshole?
No. Taylor, hurry up. I need a clap.
No.
Okay. Stop protecting men. It doesn't matter if our feelings are hurt. So many of us need to learn things.
Did you hate him?
God damn it.
Isn't he such a dickhead?
You should have been meaner. You should have been so much meaner.
This is like a caricature of a lad, essentially, as she's
Either
describing.
this motherfucker never has you're meaner to him, right? And either he never has sex again, thus saving scores of women from miserable sexual experiences, or he thinks to himself, fuck, well, this is my favorite thing to do and my favorite thing to be. I'm going to show that bitch. And then he becomes a generous and giving lover. And even though he's a promiscuous sack of lard, at least the people that he is churning out on a conveyor belt leave satisfied.
Yeah, Jack's big peen.
It's like, good lord. So I don't know the English version of this guy, obviously. This man was English.
They were talking about gardens.
And lads. And their COVID situation is slightly more under control. So definitely not here. But I know so many of this dude, but like the East Coast, like suburbia version of this douchebag.
Oh, no.
And it's like, I don't know. If anybody ever needed a public shaming, my lord.
Taylor?
Yeah. He's just kind of a gross person I don't want to be around.
Who takes their, like, limp wiener post-coitus and just, like, smacks it around your roommate? And then who is a roommate is like, it's just...
See, and I also, like, I wonder, what? It's like...
That's like mild sexual harassment, no?
A little bit.
That's indecent.
Louis C.K.'s career was kind of ended for similar things.
Like, what the hell?
So, like, which is fair, I think. But also, it's like, where does he watch porn? Because, like, I understand having a big ween and, like, having, like, because it's easy to be fooled, right? Like, ladies on the whole are generally pretty good at pretending they're having a good time.
Yeah.
So it's easy to be fooled. But if it's just like, you have to have just even the basest understanding of how sex works would inform you that this is not the way to go about it. And it's like,
has no one ever said to him, is his confidence so just a wall?
Yeah.
That girls can't be like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah. Like, I'm so amazed that it was surprising to him. Because, like, I feel like every guy has had someone go, "You're done already?" And it utterly obliterates your soul and everything that you ever thought you knew about yourself. And it's like, that must happen. It's amazing to me that it hasn't happened to this guy, apparently.
That's what I'm thinking.
Now, I don't know what he looks like, so maybe he's like...
She said he's very handsome.
So if he's that handsome, maybe they're like, okay, well, maybe I can fix him or teach him.
Oh my god.
But... like, oh, God. So it's like, why would you confidently strut about after, like, 15 minutes?
That
like,
blows my mind a little bit.
You bring a girl over, even if you finish in 5 minutes, you don't leave your room for an hour, at least.
No.
You don't leave your room for an hour, at least.
No.
Because your guy friends are waiting. Trust me.
He doesn't have shame.
Your friends are waiting to see how long it takes you to leave your room. Trust me. So, yeah, God, definitely not the asshole for telling him that he's a miserable person. Also, what the hell is up with the husband? Like,
who's like,
no, who gives a shit about this?
She,
whatever.
All right, people are saying the consensus on the internet, not the asshole. Motherfucker asked for it. He asked for your opinion. Point blank, he asked you to talk. Well, actually, he put you on the spot about it. Not the asshole.
That's another thing. Is he publicly outed this woman's sexual history?
Yeah. In front of a girl who already was like, I've had sex with Rachel and she's here.
In front of her husband. Like, I don't care if they already buried that beef or whatever the fuck.
What a
You don't
fucking
do that.
disaster.
They're hosting you. You don't say to the man, hey, you remember how I fucked your wife at one point in our history together? Yeah. And it was awesome. Now, granted, it turned out okay for this dude, the husband, because he got to watch his wife deconstruct a man's psyche in front of all their friends, which would turn me on if I got it. But you know, it's like,
Yeah,
this
they're just gross.
It's
How
just
about
gross, isn't it?
the person feels like they're
Yes.
sticky.
Oh,
I imagine them
no.
as being just kind of always a little sticky.
Just sticky dicking it around your apartment. Just
Yeah, like you let them borrow your pen, and then when they give it back, there's like a layer of
it's
something on it.
sticky. Oh god. This person says, I'd say everyone's shitty here or not the asshole, but I'm leaning towards not the asshole. His shitty attempts to brag end up embarrassing you and some other chick. Your response, more or less, to a normal person likely not only embarrassed him, but probably eviscerated his confidence. This isn't to say that he didn't deserve it, but that doesn't make it any less shitty. I kind of don't agree with that.
No, I don't agree with that at all.
Like, yeah, you could have been more tactful.
No.
But the fact that he attacked you, like, I don't blame you for like, throwing back.
You and I had this conversation the other day.
What?
Where it's like, maybe it's old-fashioned of me, and I love that we're working on people feeling safe and, you know, not attacked everywhere they go. That being said, people need a thicker skin. No one's going to become a better person if, when they're told something that they don't agree with about themselves, their first reaction is, fuck you, that's not true. Your first reaction to criticism should always be, that might be true. I will reflect.
Or like, I feel bad that I made you feel bad.
Or that, right?
You know?
Like, you should want to reflect on that information and apply it to your life in a way that is productive. If this dude received criticism and didn't turn around and try to be productive about it, fuck him. Who cares? His fault. I don't give a shit. We don't need to, at this point, like, there are so many, like, people in the world who deserve our time and sympathy.
Uh-huh.
Hetero, cis, I'm assuming white dudes who are way up their own ass and don't think their shit stinks are not even close to the demographic of people we should be concerned about feelings-wise right now. Speaking as one of them. Anyway, move on to the next weird sex one.
All right, I'll move on to the next weird sex one. Do you have any final thoughts about that, Taylor?
Oh, yeah, sorry, Taylor.
It is kind of epic that, like, it feels very much like he, like, was just, like, getting ready to, like, have all these women back him up, and then just, like, one by one the dominoes fell behind him.
Yes. What kind
It'd
of
be
fantasy
like-
scenario did he have planned?
I feel
That
like
just-
it's like in Iron Man 1 when Tony Stark goes out and, like, stands in front of those bombs about to go off, but if they just, like, collided into the mountain with a poof.
Yeah.
And then he turns into Stark Industries.
Like, he
He
brought
turns
everybody
like a-
there. Was like, I'm going to impress everybody today.
And then his friend and Stark Industries on her forehead. It was like, actually. And then his ears were ringing.
The Jericho just brains itself off the side of a mountain and just rolls down sheepishly. Nothing explodes.
Yeah, that's honestly, if there's any good part of this story, it's definitely that happened to him. Because in my mind, I'm imagining it, and for sure, everybody else at that barbecue loved it.
Yes. That's another. Yes. So no, you're absolutely not the asshole.
Anybody who was an acquaintance of Jack was like,
yes. You did a service to your friend group, and you should be proud.
oh.
Anyway, I don't have anything else to say. I'm tired.
Yeah. What's one thing that made you happy recently, Taylor?
Made me happy.
That's a good way to end. Good job.
Something that made me happy.
Did you eat a good sandwich? Did you see your favorite color? Did you pet a soft animal? Did you look outside and something funny was happening? Did you see yourself in the mirror and you were like, damn, bitch, I'm hot as hell. No wonder Ruby's all over this.
I feel, a video I got recently made a while ago started getting a lot of views recently. I'm very happy about that.
Yes,
congratulations.
that's awesome. Do you want to plug? Shameless
Well,
plug?
not
Go ahead.
Go to the YouTube channel Mom's Boyfriend. Right now it's mostly fake movie reviews, but there's also one video of a guy jumping on a bunch of stuff synchronized with other videos of him jumping on stuff, and it's pretty funny.
Alrighty, great. Sounds bitchin'.
Would you be okay if we
Uh,
put a link in the description to this video?
yeah, go for it.
Cool.
And Ty?
Oh, I managed to salvage our pork tonight. That made me happy.
You did. You made a bitchin' pork and cabbage and noodles.
I like to cook a lot. Fans of the channel will remember the one time I've cooked for any kind of audience besides my friend group, and that was when it was on Visual Cooking with Katie May, and I embarrassed myself. Ever since then, I've made it my mission to become genuinely very good at cooking, and I think I got there.
Yeah, he's really good.
Nice.
Tonight I made halushki and pan-seared pork chops.
They were very tender. I was very impressed.
They were pretty delicious.
Good job. Good job.
How about you, dude?
How about me? Let's see. Oh! No! That fart was not what made me happy. I want to let you know that made me the opposite of happy. I am full of despair at that cabbage fart. I need you all to know. Okay, my happy thing? Get this, bro. Get this shit. I ordered a perfume, right? I ordered Oh So Fresh, but oh, it's spelled like EAU. And I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it because when I was looking up what it was gonna smell like, oh, it's by Marc Jacobs. In case any of you are, fragrance aficionados.
This isn't really something that our audience is going to care about. Just being honest,
and
it's mostly our guy friends who like movies. Just so you know.
What are the reasons?
You know what? Screw it. No, we're branching out. Lean into it, bro.
One of the reasons that I wanted to order it was because the bottle was so darn dang pretty, but the other reason was because the description was thus: the Daisy Days limited editions are a fresh and fruity twist on the classic Daisy fragrances and offer an olfactive escape to an unexpected Daisy universe. Daisy Oh So Fresh Days opens with luscious white peach orchard blossoms mingling to create a scent of comforting freshness.
Hashtag restore the Daisy verse.
An olfactive escape.
That one's for all those film boy friends I was just talking about.
Escape to an unexpected Daisy universe. Why am I? How can I not purchase that with my monies?
Dude, I get sold on packaging all the goddamn time. Are you kidding me?
Please look at this. Look at this. Look at that.
Oh man.
Isn't that perfect?
Yeah, that's pretty gorgeous.
Since this is an audio entertainment, it's sort of salmon. It's a salmon colored.
I'll put a picture
bottle.
up. You don't gotta do that.
It's a salmon.
I'll put a picture up. You don't gotta.
And then there's flowers that adorn the cap.
But
they all are
I'm gonna put a picture
like classic daisies. Like if you're 5 and you draw a circle,
but they can see it right now. Like you don't need the.
And one of them's teal, right? And then the other one's like a soft salmon, and the other one's like a really rich coral, and their centers are gold.
But there's been a picture up this whole time.
You're shitting all over my happy moment, bro.
I'm not trying to.
This is the thing that made me happy, and you're shitting on it.
I'm trying to help out.
You're crapping all over it with your cabbage poops.
I'm trying to say that I'm gonna enrich the experience for people so they can just look at it.
This has been the Screenplay Podcast.
Thanks
everybody for tuning in. I really hope you had a good time.
Me too. This one ended up being a long one.
Tyler's gonna cut out all that awkward dead air and make us all really witty and charming.
Yeah, I don't know if all of that phobia game is going to stay in the episode.
It probably shouldn't. It's
most
not
of it
good.
Probably gone. Even though Taylor was really funny the whole time.
You were very funny.
Thank you.
I was dumb and bad that whole thing.
It wasn't very good. I was bad at keeping it moving.
And it wasn't like a funny bad. It was like just bad for me. So yeah, like if I was like funny bad, like anyway. Bye.
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 Thank you so much for listening to another Screenplay Podcast. I hope the relaunch, I will say, of the Screenplay Podcast Network has been going well. You can check out. This will come out on. This comes out on a Friday. Oh. This is Screenplay. This is a Screenplay Podcast. This comes out on every other Friday. So that means that by now there's an episode of Midnight Masterminds out where Wyatt and I talk about the Snyder Cut and some random DC news.
Talk about a Daisy universe.
Aha. talk about a bunch of DC news. And then there's going to be an episode of our brand new show, Split Screen, where Shannon and I are talking about Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yo!
And some other stuff. Taylor, I would love to get you on that show one of these days. Talk about some
Horizon Zero Dawn?
games. No.
Oh, it's just
We
games.
have a video game podcast where we talk about
Okay.
just everything.
It's called Split Screen.
Mm-hmm.
It's clever.
All right, yeah.
Oh no,
I'd
I'm
love to do-
sorry. This is the first episode of Split Screen that's coming out. That's going to be Shannon and I talking about our first memories with gaming and some of the first games that we played and stuff like that. And one of the things that makes that cool is the entire conceit of that show, which is that I've been playing games since I was too young to remember. One of the first presents my mother ever got me was a PlayStation 1. And I shared it with my dad, and we would play the Batman and Robin tie-in game. And my dad used to get frustrated because I'd crash the Batmobile into the walls all the time. So then my mom would play with me because
Batman's rich. He doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, but my mom and I would play, and we were terrible at the game. And then we'd play Crash Team Racing and all that junk. But it's cool because I've been playing games since I was so young, but Shannon is a full-grown adult, and she's having a lot of her first gaming memories as a full-grown adult. And it's just cool that normally you can have a chance to grow with your gaming identity, but Shannon's growing with her gaming identity in real time for listeners to enjoy. So anyway, yeah, I'm really excited about that show.
Anything else you want to plug, Taylor?
Listen to the Split Screen.
Oh,
thanks, buddy.
You can find me on Instagram at the whole kit and caboodle. You can find Tyler on Instagram as. Go ahead.
Oh, that's all in the description. We don't gotta do that.
It's all in the description. So why are you even listening to this podcast? Get out of here. Go. Why are you even here still? We don't want you around. Get out of here. Go on. Go.
You can stay as long as you want.
Go on, get.